We are back. We are so back. Welcome to Banter from the Cheap Seats Football Pod, Gambling Pod, whatever you want to call it. Let's make out some money.
We're back.
Oh my goodness.
Now that we're using video, we can use the soundboard.
Talk about giving somebody a heart attack. Jesus Christ.
Man.
Week 0, baby. We're here.
Yeah.
College football, I've missed you. I have a reason to live for another few months. Not today, old friend. Not today.
But we'll get right into it. We'll get started with our predictions for the year. We'll start off with who we think's going to win each conference letdown, and each conference team surprise. And then after that, we'll get into the U of L UK schedule breakdown, and then our picks for the podcast parlay. There's only 4 games. We usually have 4 picks, so that pretty much evens out. So
the math is math.
Let's go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, it worked out perfect. We just needed either Ken or Jordan to show up tonight. It would have worked even better. But
joke's on you.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We'll go ahead. We'll get started with the ACC. We'll start off with who we think is going to be the letdown team of the conference.
It's a big ass fucking conference this year.
You know
Don't
what?
kill me.
It's a large
Go ahead.
conference, but who do you think it is, and why is it Cal?
Oh. I mean, when you say letdown, I mean like they had a great season and then like fell off from the previous season. So when I did that,
You know what? I'm going to pick Syracuse.
I put Florida State for mine as my big letdown.
If we're going off that logic, I'm gonna take Clemson, because to this day I'm praying on Dabo's downfall. He's either going to start strong and end shit, or start shit and end strong, and either way, they're not making a playoff.
I'm mad at it.
I'm gonna take Syracuse. I think their transfer quarterback Ohio State. I'm already blanking on his name, so forgive me. I don't think he's got enough talent around him for them to win. Yeah, Kyle McCord. I'm sorry. Sorry for anybody listening in wanting an in-depth fucking analysis here, but
that's week 1. That's week 1.
That's week 1. That's week 0, brother.
I feel like he's really gonna fall off the map here. I don't know if they have the talent around him. But I wanted to say Stanford, but I mean they've only won like 5 games the last 2 seasons, and that's not really a letdown.
Nope. If you've been trash, you just trash.
Yeah. Surprise team of the ACC.
I went with Georgia Tech.
That's not a bad pick.
And say I've got a couple of them. Georgia Tech's looking good. Why everybody on TikTok who acts like they know football is discounting SMU is fucking beyond me. Preston Stone, their tight end Maryland, their halfback Knight, like all of them got some fucking talent. It's a Texas school in Dallas who's got fucking Texas oil money. They can get the recruits. They're in a big conference again. They act like they haven't been in a big conference with the spotlight on them before. It's fine. My other surprise pick is NC State. Because ain't nobody paid attention to Grayson McCall, and that dude plays with a fullback mentality under center.
He stole my answer. Stole everything I was going to say. My pick was NC State. Grayson McCall was absolutely elite at Coastal. Wasn't last year, but
he got hurt early.
Yeah, years prior, he looked really good there. My other surprise pick was also SMU. Stacked receiving core, great quarterback. ACC has a lot of teams that don't have very, very stout defenses, and I think they can absolutely eat in that conference.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's doubting SMU because they came from, I think they were in the American last year.
Yeah, they were in the
Yeah.
American, but we're in the Big East at one point, I believe, maybe. Out there battling with all the other big Texas schools for fucking years.
They were also battling for like a top seed in the playoffs.
Yes, that
They were also battling for a top spot
and
in the
Preston
playoffs.
Stone's only a sophomore, so like SMU's only getting better.
So they can definitely go the route of what TCU did a few years ago, where they just have a shit ton of money in the area they're in. I don't know. They got so much money in that Dallas area that this team isn't even going to get the revenue of the conference. I don't know if y'all saw the thing they had to, the hoops they had to jump through just to join the ACC, but
I didn't look into it.
They don't get any conference revenue for like the next 4 or 5 years just so they can join.
But honestly, they don't fucking need it.
No.
I mean, after being, they were in the death penalty for a while. Obviously, that I would want, damn, I can't get no revenue money from joining the ACC. Like, that's trash, but I get it. They don't really need it.
Let's be honest. The ACC ain't making that much money outside of 3 or 4 schools in football.
And those 3 or 4 schools are trying to leave. So. Yeah, outside of those 3 or 4 schools, this isn't much better than the American Conference, respectfully.
You're not wrong. The Big East should have never collapsed. Big East was the greatest conference in every sport. I don't care what anybody says. It gave you some of the best moments in college, period.
For sure, basketball, absolutely.
Big East basketball was the greatest show on hardwood.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Before we get too off the track here, conference champ. Who do y'all got?
I got Florida State going back at it. Until somebody can prove otherwise, I got Florida State.
I'm about to piss y'all off with my pick. I'm taking Clemson.
I went with SMU. I looked at the schedule and I was like, a lot of these teams SMU can beat. I glanced at that schedule and I was like, they can beat a lot of these teams, my guy.
Yep.
I say next year for sure you put SMU in the conversation. Year 1, I think they have a small adjustment period. They're still getting at least 8 or 9 wins and going bowling, but I don't see them winning the ACC.
I think there's too many toss-up games with SMU to put them as a conference champ, though.
I kind of feel like that's where Louisville was last year, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, granted, it was just a new coach, but
Louisville gets a highly competent quarterback. We go undefeated last year. I don't care.
I can't argue that. Might get stomped out. Might get stomped out in the playoff, but like, y'all are definitely getting in. You run into somebody like Georgia, and then it's RIP. But
yeah, but we would have made it, and that'd have been enough for me.
You say that, then you get demoralized by a Big Ten or SEC school.
Brother, we would have made it. I sat there and you'd ask me, how you feel about Louisville in the playoffs? I don't know. I didn't think we'd get this far.
Hey, at least I know half the team wouldn't have sat out. I know that for a goddamn fact.
Shit.
You niggas ain't getting drafted, go play.
Fair enough.
Hell, this might help your stock.
On to the Big 12. Another conference with a shit ton of teams. I feel like all the Big 4 conferences now are just kind of feel like they're overloaded. But this is another big conference, kind of like the ACC, where it feels like anyone could win.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the Pac-12 and the Big East had a baby and birthed the Big 12. That's what this conference looks like.
Kinda, yeah. The old American Conference, the American Conference and the Pac-12.
It's the Big East. we're not changing names now, all right? There's still, 80-year-olds who still call Turkey Constantinople, all right? I don't care.
Dakota said, "It's still real to me, damn it."
Speaking of, Seamus, guest picker on College Game Day.
So, who do we have as the conference letdown? I'm just going to go ahead and start it. It's going to be Colorado. Too much hype, not enough depth, not enough size.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Bingo.
Why they still try to make Travis Hunter play two ways is fucking beyond me.
Travis Hunter is too undersized. If he was in I don't want to say a real conference because this is a good conference, but if they were in the Big Ten or the SEC, he would get exposed week in and week out by somebody who's a lot bigger than him.
And who was that huge ass player from Stanford? I feel like oh my goodness.
Put that dude on a poster early and often in that game. Well, late because they blew a 29-point lead to Stanford. Let's not forget that happened.
You remember how the nation came together and was Colorado fans for 4 weeks last year? I miss that unity.
I missed it until that team was. And granted, I love cockiness. But that team was so arrogant, and then it turned into a whole race thing. I'm like, bro, there's no race thing going on.
Yeah, remember when they tried to make Dan Lanning look like a racist?
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm a Deion fan. I got the proof right here. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Yeah, you are an Atlanta Falcons fan. Yes.
And
Yes.
I can't stand this fucking team, man.
I think next year, when half of them have graduated and are gone, Colorado will start becoming a good team because the drama and everything's going to be gone. Take the spotlight off them for a bit and let them actually build. Right now, they're just going to let everybody down.
I had to say, but he's probably a quarterback I would never want to play for.
It's sad because he's a top draft pick if he just shuts the fuck up.
Yeah.
Where have we seen that before?
I've seen what I watched from him last year. I mean, we watched every damn game. If he just shuts the fuck up off the field, I'd take him number one.
Bro, I've never seen anybody throw their offensive line under the bus as much as I have him.
Him and Travis Hunter both, like when the NCAA game came out, the first thing they said was, "How realistic is this?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's real offensive line's ass." Like, come on, man. It's your teammates.
But Andrew Luck praised his offensive line in Indianapolis after getting murdered for 5 straight years. Just shut the fuck up.
I don't even want to like be bashing him, but that's just a leader of the leader of your offense.
Hey,
That's not a good look.
I love cocky quarterbacks, but when you're bashing other people that are on your damn team, that rubs me the wrong way.
You're not supposed to air that out. You're supposed to take it to the locker room, bro. Like
you ain't earned the right to be cocky like Johnny Manziel and Baker and all them were.
Or I mean, like when people were transferring out, they were bashing people, going back and forth on Twitter. I didn't care for that. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. That was
I saw that.
There's so much stuff that happened this offseason. Hell, Shador even wrote a song that I would not recommend anybody go listen to.
I done got the soundtrack muted on the college football game. It's drumline or nothing. Especially if I hear Mo Bamba at a fucking FCS school one more time.
Why are they playing Mo Bamba? Ain't nobody here.
Mo Bamba way.
Oh.
Anyways.
So letdowns, we're all picking Colorado.
We'll all pick Colorado. We're gonna be racist somehow, or I'm gonna be a coon. So
You're gonna get the Uncle Ruckus title. Congratulations.
Probably, more than likely.
Conference surprise.
I don't know if you'd call it a surprise, but I'd say Kansas. Like, their roster looks very, very good on paper. And transfers they've gotten in, recruits they've gotten in, they look good. I don't know if you call it a surprise, because Kansas is a bigger name school, but you don't really think of them with football.
I was gonna throw them in with my letdown team, but we're all in unison with Colorado.
That or UCF, still my national champions.
It's okay to be wrong here. My surprise was gonna be Arizona, but I feel like they're on everybody's radar now after coming out of nowhere last year.
Yes.
I think they were like what, 3-3. They were 3-3 at one point, and they ended up finishing 9-3.
Yeah.
But my conference surprise, I'm gonna go with. It's not really. I don't know if you'd call it a surprise, but I'm gonna go with Utah. I think they're gonna be a team that comes in and whoops everybody's ass.
I feel like they're kind of expected, and like they were good last year. Everybody's gonna expect it again this year.
I feel like for being a team as good as they were, not everybody's talking about them enough. So
that is fair.
Like if they come out and be 11-1 or 12-0, I think you could call that a surprise.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, probably. Well, that was the same answer I had. Utah. I was on Utah.
Well, sorry to steal your thunder there.
Nah, you good.
Conference champ.
See, I had a toss-up between Utah. I thought about Utah as conference champ, but something about Oklahoma State is drawing me to them.
Almost picked them.
Like, Ollie Gordon got that dog in him.
Quarterback plays was going to make or break this the winner of this conference, so that's why I'm going to go with Utah.
You went with Arizona.
Arizona's conference champ.
University of Arizona.
I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Hey, that team's been on a run. If they ride the hot streak from last year.
If they get the same QB play they got last year,
it's not a bad pick. But they're on everybody's radar now. That's the only issue. Last year it was like, all right, they're going to lose one eventually, and they just didn't.
Hey, they want me some money on the back end of that schedule, buddy.
Yep.
Staying up till 2:00 to watch that game.
We'll fucking do it again.
Oh, man.
All right. On to the Pac-12. Just kidding. There's only 2 teams left, unless you all really want to do 2 teams.
Surprise team, letdown, and conference winner is Oregon State. Next.
God damn. It's Oregon State and who else? Who was it?
Washington State. I got Washington State winning it.
I like the Beavers. Man. I don't know.
It's a big Beaver guy.
Big Beaver. Big Beav.
Oh, good Lord. Big Ten. I feel like this is going to be a fairly easy one to pick. For letdown, who do y'all have as the letdown?
Ooh. Hold on. I gotta find my... Well, I don't know if it's a surprise, but I got Penn State.
As a surprise or as a letdown?
As a letdown.
I got Penn State.
Ohio State.
Ohio State is the letdown?
Yes.
Ooh, where's Ken at, baby? I want to call him just off of that.
I don't... I almost said Indiana's a letdown, but that just, winning 2 games is not really a letdown for them.
That's a Tuesday, my brother. It's...
if you ask, you just ask. You've been asked.
I'm going USC. I don't think they have a good enough defense yet. They did fire their defensive coordinator, but I think it takes a couple of years to rebuild our defense, and I still think they're going to get their ass busted this year.
I don't think they've ever had a good defense.
For sure.
And not since Pete Carroll.
It's been a while.
I'm surprised no one said Michigan.
Man, they got a culture going on there right now. All the interviews with all the players, everybody's still acting like Harbaugh's there. Hell, he wasn't there half the season last year.
That's true.
Them boys is ready.
Yeah. Like, all the top teams in the Big Ten, I'm still in this line from the Joe Cladd podcast. He said, I'm paraphrasing here, basically that every team in the Big Ten is going to try to either air it out or, you know, just play their game, where Michigan's going to invite you into a fight in a fucking phone booth and just beat you over the head until you're tired. I feel like as long as they don't have to throw the ball 30 times or more a game, they're going to win a lot. I mean, we've seen Iowa do it. Iowa goes 10-2 every single year, and they look like ass.
With the greatest lockdown defense.
What's our favorite bet on them? Bet the under.
Bet the under.
The Iowa under. You know what else comes out of the Big Ten that you should bet? The Ruckus spread, baby. In the name of the Father, the Son, and Greg Schiano.
Oh, wow.
We need a cover.
We need a cover, baby. Don't let me down.
But, yeah, so that was our letdowns. Surprises, I'm just going to go back to what I just said. I'm going to go with surprises Michigan. I don't think they have a fall off at all. I think you might lose to Ohio State, but that'll be it.
Nah, not around here, partner. Not around here.
Hey, I think Ohio State upgraded to the quarterback spot. Howard's a whole lot better than McCord.
You know what I have to say to that?
Why are you gay?
Oh, no. Thank God that's not going to be on the regular pod.
My surprise is Iowa.
Is it a surprise if I expect the punter to set record-breaking numbers?
Iowa punting so bad. All their fans with the punting T-shirts.
Oh my goodness!
Iowa has successfully brought back the white corner from extinction. All right.
Elite speed. I
don't know about elite speed. Just real smart play. Real hard worker.
Something
You talking about the
him
corner
you
that
just
got
trust.
drafted? You talking about the corner that got drafted last year? He was on like a 4.3, I think.
Yeah, he's like fast as fuck.
You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm using all the announcer.
There's something about Flacco.
I'm using what all the announcers use to describe every white player ever. He's real smart, real hard worker, real blue collar guy.
Came from a good two-parent home.
At least you know one thing about Iowa, they're gonna put a goddamn tight end in the league. You know that for a fact.
They're going to do that. Put probably some sort of linebacker.
Facts.
Just an absolute angry corn-fed son of a bitch.
Like they put two white corners in the league. Dijon and I forgot the Riley Cooper. No, that's not. No, that's the wrong guy. That's the wrong guy. That was the wide receiver from Florida.
Yeah, Ronnie Cooper. I'm about to say you took me out to.
That was the wrong guy. My bad. Which Riley something. I forgot his last name.
He wasn't a corner. He's a free safety.
Oh well.
That's why you know
DB close enough.
My bad.
DB close enough.
That's why you know the whole white versus black bowl debate last year would say, "No, we just got to put him at DB. We're out of options." Cooper Cup's playing two ways. It's
real smart play.
We still get Puka. All right. Anyway, the champions. I got Oregon.
I got Ohio State.
Oregon.
I think we got two coaches there, Danny Lanning and God damn it, what is his name? I keep blanking on names tonight. What's Ohio State's coach name? It'll hit me here to see.
Ryan Day.
Yeah.
Ryan Day. Both guys who can't get over the hump and win the big one. So something's got to give this year. Watch Michigan still win because the other two can't fucking get over the hump.
At least for Ryan, I would say at least for Ryan Day, he might be on his. This might be his last year if he don't.
If he don't beat Michigan or win the conference, he's probably in the hot seat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're a missed field goal away from being in the championship game versus TCU.
So sad.
Oh, you talking
anyway,
Oh, you talking about who was quarterback? CJ's last year.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yep.
Elite performance against Georgia.
But it is what it is. Didn't win.
What it be.
On to what conference have we not gone over yet?
SEC.
All right.
This is where football is king.
Who is your conference letdown?
Vanderbilt.
I mean, letdown, man. Not the doormat.
No, man.
Oh, it can't be that easy.
I'm going to go South Carolina. Everybody's hyping them up. I still think they're not shit.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
Everybody's been playing that college football video game thinking they're the best team ever. In reality, I think they're going to win. They're going to miss a bowl game altogether.
See, now I kind of want to change my answer.
Go ahead.
I think I want to do my letdown being LSU.
Really?
This is the one I'm torn on. I'm torn between them being a letdown and them being a champ. But originally, I had Georgia being a letdown. A letdown as far as in like not being top two.
So you have them losing 2 games.
Standards.
So you have them losing 2 games instead of 1.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a letdown for Georgia would be like maybe 3 losses.
Like them being like top 10 and not like top 3 or 4.
Yeah, I kind of agree with John on the South Carolina thing because motherfuckers using that broke ass wide receiver on.
I've never really seen South Carolina as like that anyway.
They've been asked for the last couple of years. They keep getting wins
out,
over Kentucky.
They squeeze out 1 or 2 upsets every year and.
Lose to teams that they should be beating. I don't know. I don't think Beamer Ball is going to cut it there. I think he's got another maybe a year before they let him go. If it wasn't for a couple years ago where they upset Clemson and Tennessee, he'd be on a hot seat.
Oh, so he bought himself a couple years with them 2 upsets.
Yeah, it's because he did it in the same year. That's the whole reason. But if they don't win those 2 games, they don't go bowling at all. I don't think.
No.
I think they finished 7-5.
There's only one team in the SEC that can afford like 4 more losses, and you still kind of got to talk about them, and that's Florida. Because whoever the fuck made Florida's schedule said fuck Florida specifically.
They put Murderers Row, like their last 7 games.
It is hell.
I'm lumping Kentucky in with that. I know I'm biased, but Kentucky's beat them the last 4 of the last 5 years, and then everybody else on there is either ranked or should be ranked.
Coming off their first bye week, this is what they have: UCF at Tennessee, home with Kentucky, another bye, home with Georgia, at Texas, home against LSU, home against Ole Miss, and at Florida State. And before that first bye week, they go back-to-back against A&M and Mississippi State.
Brutal.
You gotta have them backs packed just in case, buddy.
A 4-loss Florida says this still got potential to go into the playoffs with the right wins.
I don't care what anybody says. 8-4 Florida gets in the playoff regardless.
With that schedule, absolutely.
It is disgusting. This is the schedule Notre Dame has, except they need to play the Kansas Chiefs on their bye week. All right, you want a bye week? Join a fucking conference. your name's not Army, Navy, or Air Force, you have no right to be independent.
You're not wrong.
Oh, Lord. What is your surprise team? I'm going to go ahead and get us started on this one. Everybody's doubting them, and it's been pretty loud ever since Saban retired. I'm going Alabama. I feel like Alabama is going to make the playoff, and I feel like they're going to win 1 or 2 playoff games. The Kalen DeBoer, everywhere he's been at, has won. I think he's only lost a handful of games. And as soon as Saban left, everybody was like, "Oh, Alabama's done. The dynasty's dead." I mean, turn it on to the Firebomb show for 5 minutes. He's just rage baiting Bama fans.
Their recruiting class, you couldn't tell me. They've been recruiting he's been recruiting like a motherfucker.
They're gonna whoop everybody's ass except for Georgia.
And they might even whoop Georgia, honestly.
No, sir.
In the words of Pat McAfee, give me Alabama. All right. Yeah.
Oh,
They might whoop Georgia on the they might whoop Georgia on the strength of they keep getting. I don't know what is with these kids in these cars and these incidents off the field.
Georgia got a legitimate murderer's row coming out for their starting.
Man, hey.
Alabama's gonna win solely off DUIs.
Loser goes to rehab.
Get them kids under control, baby.
They might just be parking state troopers right outside of the dorms there.
The whole team on house arrest right now.
The whole state troopers are all Georgia Tech fans.
Man, something. God damn.
My surprise team, though, Alabama's the easy one, but an actual surprise team for me is probably going to be Ole Miss.
I'm going to be honest with you. No. They're not physical enough. Kiffin teams are never physical enough like that.
I got a feeling.
I don't mean to shoot you down like that, but that's how they lose every year. They get out physical by somebody.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
My surprise team, hook 'em, baby, hook 'em horns.
Is that a surprise, though? I mean, you got Quentin Ewers back, a lot of their big names back.
I mean, I picked Alabama as mine, so it is what it is.
Hey, both nephews, who's y'all's pick?
Can you say go Cats, John? All right. Close enough.
Good shit.
Something.
Good
got
shit. Hell yeah, brother.
Yo, ever heard of Jerkmate? It's fun, entertaining, and addictive.
This podcast brought to you by Jerkmate.
Oh my god. All right. Anyways, conference champs. Why are you picking Georgia? Unless y'all really want to go against Kirby Smart.
I think the only one that might.
My dumb ass said LSU, and that's just because I looked at the schedule. I was like, this has a.
I don't trust Brian Kelly at all.
I try to be different. He's gonna kill somebody probably. He'll probably kill somebody before he wins a champ.
The only one I think might have a shot at actually beating Georgia for the SEC championship is Texas.
Maybe.
And that's if this comes down to just an absolute air raid of a game.
Yeah, if this is a fight in the trenches, Georgia's going to win, and win by a lot. But if they got to pass the ball, they might be in trouble. I don't trust Carson Beck.
No, and Quentin Ewers has proved he can sling that motherfucker, and well, they got a Manning in backup.
And they beat Alabama on the road last year.
By slinging that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So Texas.
I got Georgia.
I'll say Texas.
Georgia.
I'll take Texas as my pick, just to make it different.
Well,
Ken, what's your pick?
Ohio State.
And to that we say,
Why are you gay?
Oh, man. Anyways,
triple platinum in the chat.
all right, we're going to break down the U of L and UK schedule. We're going to start off with Louisville.
Week 1 win. It's fucking Austin P.
Austin P should be a win. Next week they got Jacksonville State. Rich Rod is the head coach there. It might be closer than y'all think, but I still think Louisville wins.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Whatever the spread is for the Jacksonville State one, bet for Jacksonville to cover, but Louisville's for sure winning that game. Like if it's a 20-point spread, 20 points or more, just for a little rule of thumb here, bet on Jacksonville State. They play everybody close.
Next game's Georgia Tech. This is one of the ones I could see us getting upset. We'll really have an answer to see when we see how they play Saturday.
Is it really an upset, though? Georgia Tech's looking pretty decent.
This is a win.
They're looking decent, but it's an upset based on Louisville didn't make the ACC championship last year. I guess you do call it an upset from that.
Yeah, I got y'all winning, but I think Georgia Tech's going to be pretty good this year.
Dude, Georgia Tech scares me. The ACC kind of scares me overall.
I think the college football games got you looking at it from a different view.
Nah, I know what I'm about, son. The next game, though, Notre Dame, fuck them, all right?
You're playing at Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame. I'm sorry.
I'm taking Notre Dame. Yeah, that's one of the L's on mine.
Nah. Staying on bit. We're probably going to lose it, but nah. Fuck Notre Dame and their 80-year-old fucking fans. Join a conference. How are you an independent and playing fucking MAC schools for 90% of your schedule?
Next, we got y'all's surprise team of the ACC, SMU, coming to Louisville.
We could very well lose this game.
I got y'all winning. But I just want to see if y'all contradict yourselves or not.
I didn't. I got us winning that game, but
I've said it for weeks. I'm fucking terrified of this game. Because we're probably going to go in, underestimate them, and then lose.
Why they play? You can't underestimate that. They play fucking.
Next, y'all have Virginia. Should be a win.
We're the better Commonwealth. Fuck Virginia.
Yeah. Virginia is on the same level, in my opinion, as Vanderbilt in terms of talent. So y'all should beat them pretty bad.
Virginia is the Vanderbilt of the ACC.
Next, you have Miami. Luckily, y'all got them at home, because if y'all played at Miami, there'd be all the 5 fans there.
Right.
It was a close game last year, but we're at home, so.
Yeah.
This is the other one I have up in the air, Miami. Because they can get all the talent in the world, but somehow not use it correctly.
They do have a good quarterback this year, but I don't know if they have enough pieces around him or enough coaching ability. So I have you all losing this one, but it'll be close. So right now I have y'all with 2 losses with Notre Dame and Miami.
Can we get them to do stupid shit like not near the ball when they should just obviously near the ball when it's time to?
That's when the whole season fell apart last year.
It really was.
As soon as that happened, they said, yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, they usually goof up in the middle of the season somewhere. They'll get into like the top 5, and everybody's like, Miami's back! And then they'll remind everybody that Ed Reed ain't walking through them doors no more.
Yeah, Ed Reed ain't upset.
You got an offensive line crying, saying, "Why didn't we kneel the ball, bro?" Like,
but that's when you tell the coach to fuck himself and line up in their victory formation.
Next, y'all got Boston College, who hasn't been good since Matt Ryan's been under center. Y'all win that one.
Yep. Clean sweep.
And then next, you all go into the fake Death Valley of Clemson.
Well, I just want to beat Clemson for once.
You're playing at Clemson.
I'm
sorry.
hurt, dog.
It's okay. The next game y'all have is at Stanford, who may win just 2 games this season. And it ain't going to be against y'all.
This could potentially be tricky just because going to one coast then going to the fucking other coast.
We have a bye
It
week.
might be tricky.
We got
We got bye week. Is that the bye week?
Yeah, the new rule is if you have to go coast to coast, you get a bye week before and after.
Yeah,
then we're good then. Never mind.
yeah. Stanford.
Well, no,
Booty
we don't get the bye week after. We get the bye week before to adjust, and then we come right back the 23rd.
Yep.
Oh, that's it up there.
Yep.
They gave you the option for bye week before or after for adjustment.
Next, you have Pittsburgh, who also does not look very good this season. It's another one for
me
y'all.
last year. Could have fooled me. They took us to the motherfucking wire.
Y'all should have beat the shit out of them, if I'm being completely honest.
Fucking Plummer's
I think it was the
goddamn
weather.
it's Plummer's pool noodle arm missing a wide receiver open over the middle by throwing it 10 yards at his fucking feet. Like Houseway. Too
That
busy
too.
hitting on fucking underage girls at O'Shea's. Fucking kill yourself.
Hey, all I'm saying is this game pissed me off because I bet on y'all. The one time I bet on y'all last season, and this motherfucker decided just to mail it in.
And this is the night we lost to Pitt, and then 2 minutes later, Kentucky loses to South Carolina, and everybody's night's fucking ruined. Not a happy person in the group chat.
Nope.
Sick. Fucking sick.
And then this game we'll save at the end. For the Governor's Cup, we'll talk about that at the very end.
Most of our answers for the Governor's Cup will have asterisks, fair warning.
Not necessarily me, but if we have decent quarterback play. Anyways, this will lead into the Kentucky.
That's the asterisk.
So, Kentucky starts the season off against Southern Miss.
Win.
It's a 26 point spread. This one, if you're going to do a parlay, hedge your bet and just go ahead and pick Southern Miss to cover the spread just because I know how Stoops plays.
Pick Deion Walker, 2+ sacks.
Yeah, for sure. At least 4 tackles for loss this game. All in the first half.
First drive, motherfucker.
No, this will be 3 and out. But
They'll get a penalty, it'll move one more, and then you'll do it again.
fair enough. So everybody's got the beaten Southern Miss. Next we have South Carolina coming to Lexington.
I think y'all get back.
South Carolina's beat us the last 2 years. They've also owned us in basketball, winning 3 of the last 4, which is crazy. Because
Y'all still
if y'all
care
been
about basketball? Can't relate as a Louisville fan.
basketball's got to be, it's always going to be number 1, but it hurts getting owned by a lesser team in 2 sports that you're better than them at. It's crazy, but I got us winning this one. We need it. It's going to be one of the more important games of the season.
I think the South Carolina game is going to set your tone for the rest of the
That's
season.
exactly why I got y'all in it too.
Yeah. This is basically filling in the spot of the Florida game. We usually got Florida early. This is the first SEC game which Kentucky usually plays really, really good in. We'll see.
This will set the tone for the majority of your season.
If Brock Vandegrift plays as good as advertised, we got a chance. But if he is as good as Devin Leary, we're going to have the same result. We'll get there. Next, we got Georgia. Loss. I'm not even going to debate it.
Yeah.
If Kentucky happens to beat Georgia, y'all going to have some interesting videos from John's house.
You want? Yeah. I mean, it ain't going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and just say it's not going to happen.
Macy said we can burn the couch. I don't know if she said that or not, but we're probably going to.
I will say, like the first quarter, maybe quarter and a half.
Oh, that first
I was
quarter
like,
last year.
okay,
Was like,
actually
They play good
hanging in there.
they play good for
Hanging in
about
there.
two or three quarters against Alabama and Georgia every year, and then Alabama and Georgia's like, these guys can't throw the ball. Bombs away.
yeah, after that first half, Kirby Smart comes out. That kid's still trying to be shit.
Like, all right, we got enough Deion Walker highlights. Let's just go away from him and go at everybody else. But they did steal Georgia's linebacker, the guy who's a two-time national champion, and Dumas Johnson, one of the best linebackers in the country.
So that's still one of their quarterbacks too.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
fair.
Vandergriff. But
Kentucky's
this front-
got a terrifying front seven.
this front seven at Kentucky, and I will die on this hill, is top 2 behind Georgia in the nation. You look at the size and how fast and the stats of everybody. This is the best front seven outside of Georgia. It's the back half of the defense and the offense is what's going to hold this team back. Mostly the offense. Once Stoops figures out the fucking forward pass, we're going to be pretty good.
You might as well be running that Navy playbook. Just line up in the fucking wing tee, put your 2 fullbacks and a halfback in a goddamn 3-point stance, and power football.
Stoops made Will Levis look incompetent. A guy who's a starter in the NFL.
He put mayonnaise in his coffee, man. Like, I'm still not over it.
Did y'all see the cologne? Remember the cologne he got now?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
All right, man, y'all doing too much, bro. I was like, all right, dog.
The Caucasian.
It sold out the first 2 days. It was out though.
Yeah, it was also probably in Tennessee, and what the hell happens in that state?
A whole lot of sadness this year, hopefully. Anyways,
They got to smell good for the family reunion to pick up a new wife.
next we got the Ohio Bobcats. That should be a drumming.
Yes.
Ohio and Southern Miss are the 2 worst teams on the schedule, outside of obviously the FCS school, but they're towards the bottom half in the rankings of all of the FBS teams. So
in every major state.
Stoops will cover this game. It's the first one that worries me that he won't cover the spread. He'll for sure cover this one though. Next we have Ole Miss. This is a toss-up for me.
Yeah, this is definitely on my 50-50 shot. I think Ole Miss is it home or away?
It's away. It's at Ole Miss, but that stadium's not as crazy as you think it would be for a top 10 team.
Right. I still think just it being a road game is going to give Ole Miss the slight edge, and they'll probably pull out a win, but it ain't going to be by much.
Those fans are there to party. They don't give a shit about the game.
Yeah, I mean, we're 49th in everything. Thanks, Mississippi. What else they got to live for?
I don't know if
this is one of the ones I got y'all losing. That's one of the ones I got y'all losing.
Yeah, this is a toss-up for me. I got us losing, but it would not surprise me if we go down there and win. I don't know if y'all remember the game a couple years ago, the 7-5 team, the Will Levis team that should have won, but an offsides penalty lost us the game. The reason I think we can win this game, though, I got us losing, but the reason I think we can win this game is Ole Miss isn't. Kiffin teams aren't very physical, and if we can make them play in a phone booth, we're going to win this game. But knowing how Lane Kiffin is, he's going to spread the ball around and make us play that style of ball.
And so he's going to spread them out and let that bitch fly most of the game.
Yeah, if we can keep them contained and utilize our front seven and our offensive line, I think we can definitely win this game. But I think we're going to lose. Because Stoops is bound to drop at least 2 or 3. Next we have Vandy. That should be a win.
Next.
Yeah,
They
pretty
ain't
much.
even got a finished stadium, let alone a fucking team, all right?
This stadium is so. Where it is in Nashville is so weird.
barring crazy amounts of injuries, a la 2 years ago when we lost to them, I think we should win.
Yeah. Theoretically, we are next on their schedule.
You're gonna know what ball we play. Anyways, playing at Florida. I think this is in the part of their schedule where we can definitely go down there and beat them.
Pull one off. Yeah.
You all are the start of their fucking walk through hell.
I have us losing this one, but I got us going 7-5. I'm being this is coming from somebody who's watched Stoops drop a couple of games every year where we should win. So this is the one that we should win, but we're gonna lose.
Would you rather beat Florida or beat Tennessee?
Beat Tennessee all damn day. We beat Florida plenty of times.
It's like, I've seen this one. I need to shut them cousin fuckers up.
I need to. Yeah, I got too many friends that are Tennessee fans. They need to be quiet.
Yeah.
Shut them cousin fuckers up.
You have friends that are Tennessee fans? You fucking
Hey,
hate yourself?
Friends and family. Friends and family, both.
You need to leave them.
Uh,
Hold on. Let me do the. You have an unnatural allegiance to losers. It's not like you.
Hey, all I gotta say is
Oh my god.
all I gotta say is a Final Four and it triggers the shit out of them. It's fine.
Ooh, basketball season. Oh, where?
I got y'all winning this one.
Y'all got us beating Florida.
I do.
Until
For sure.
Florida can show me otherwise.
All right. Next we have Auburn. Auburn's coming to Lexington. I got us winning this one, especially with all the bulletin board material that their fans are leaving online about what Matt Jones said.
Auburn's asking for it at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. Got y'all winning that one.
Yeah. Next we have at Tennessee. I got us losing until proven otherwise.
I got y'all winning this one.
Really?
I think this will be the game where you get to stand there proudly and declare,
Acknowledge me.
I don't think we're winning this one though. Next we got Murray State.
win, pass, next.
Yep.
The
Here's another quick one. At Texas, loss.
Yeah, I don't see y'all doing shit at Texas.
No.
oh yeah no.
And then to the game that we've been waiting to talk about. Versus Louisville. Louisville's coming to Lexington. I got us winning as of now.
I'm the only one who picked Louisville to win, with an asterisk,
Yeah.
purely out of fan bias. Week 3, I feel like I can give a definite answer on if we even have a fucking
Facts.
chance. I want to see.
No, wait.
I want to see what Tyler
No.
Show can fucking do.
I need to see it by SMU.
I think Georgia Tech's going to be his first true test. That's what I want to see.
If we look good against South Carolina, I got bad news. It is what it is.
I got y'all winning for right now.
Either way, I'm gonna be drunk in Lexington at this game.
I might be there,
Yeah.
may not. We'll see what Dakota's got planned for us.
So, brother, if I'm
Eight
gone,
wins
you're
before
getting the
that
ticket.
8 wins before the game. I got y'all winning.
I really
So,
want
to make it 9.
I really want Louisville to win just so I can fucking dog walk our buddy Ryan in another group chat because this motherfucker's got it coming.
I don't want to lose just for Ty Stowett if you're listening in. I really don't want to hear that motherfucker.
Ty, I know you're probably gonna check in on this and you'll be here on an episode. Shut the fuck up. God damn. Brother, you almost made me go find a Kentucky shirt on the sidewalk to wear for the Louisville Kentucky game last year. God damn. 8 in the morning.
We walk up to their campsite and he goes, "Cards by 30." The whole trip there, I'm like, I hope it's a close game. we might have a chance.
Do you have the schedule up right now?
Yeah.
What day is that game?
30 something, I think. 31st.
Oh, I can actually go there. I can actually go to that game. I won't have no fucking classes or anything.
30th.
I'll just call in to work, probably.
I've already got the day off of work. I already told my boss, like, I ain't gonna fucking be here.
Yep.
That's if somebody can get tickets.
If this ain't an 8:30 kickoff, I'm not gonna be here.
Would be nice.
Alrighty. On to week 0. Basically, the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
So,
let me get the DraftKings up for official current lines.
I got this up. I got ESPN up too with the current lines.
Yeah.
So,
I only use DraftKings. I can't win on anything else.
Florida State at Georgia Tech, or it's not even at Georgia Tech. It's in Dublin.
The fella.
Yeah, it's going to be at noon. Florida State's favored by 10.5. Over under at 55.5.
I'm taking a Florida State money line at negative 425. The over, but I think Georgia Tech covers.
I agree with you on that.
I'm just going to take Florida State money line and let that be.
I'm not saying add all that to the same ticket. Like, you want those 3 separate bets by all fucking means. If you're going to add one to a ticket, Florida State money line.
I'll probably do that too. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the safest bet is definitely Florida State money line.
It's like negative 400 right now, but it is what it is.
Minus 425 on DraftKings.
But next we have Montana State at New Mexico. Montana State is favored by 11.5. Over under at 54.5. Take the under. Don't touch anything else.
I don't even care about the teams playing this game just because I don't really watch them enough. So
If you don't love Group 5 football, you don't love football, all right?
Yeah.
Your ass better be awake at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be on somebody's couch watching this game.
This
What
game
time is the game? At 4 p.m.? Oh, I'll be at work probably.
So next we have SMU at Nevada at 8 o'clock. Nevada's favored by 25. Over under 56.5.
Just take the SMU money line just for the $2 you're going to win back.
Yep. And for the over under, take the under. Well,
I'm not
actually,
touching it.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. But take the over in this because if SMU wins and Nevada's bad as advertised, they could hang 56 on them by themselves.
Stone's a bad boy, man. He might,
He got some speed and a fucking cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that super
That one
wide
definitely.
spread offense, so it's speed everywhere.
That definitely might be another separate, like, I might do 2 bets on that one too, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cook up some absolutely horrendous shit. Like, I'm dropping a 20-legger on 4 games. I don't. Brother, I got a tailgate party to purchase for November 30th. All right,
So next we have Delaware State at Hawaii. Delaware State missed their flight today.
They missed their 10-hour flight yesterday, so they are already fucking behind.
The spread is 39.5. Over under 57.5. Wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole, but if you had to do anything, just bet Hawaii to win.
You can't bet Hawaii to win on DraftKings. That's how
Just
bad it is.
I don't even know if you want to touch the over. I mean, if you have to bet on this one, bet the under. 'Cause 60's a lot.
I'd bet the Delaware covering 39.5.
I don't know, man.
I'm not touching this game.
I'm feeling froggy.
He's scared money don't make money.
Yeah, scare money
That's
don't
true.
make money, baby.
That's very true.
I mean, the Jeff Gordons are still going to win it. It's
The Rainbow Warriors.
the 24 DuPont's going to come around and take the checkered flag. I promise you.
Anyways, that was our picks for week 0. Promise our next podcast will not be nearly this damn long.
No, it'll probably be longer. It's gonna be longer.
I mean, we're not doing full recaps or full predictions of every conference and a full season. So
Yeah, but Ken might show up and use "fuck" as a comma. So
fair enough.
Let's see if he fucking shows up. He didn't show up at all last year, so who fucking knows until fucking bowl season.
Yeah.
And then drops out like he knew ball. Houseway. Ugh.
Anyways, follow us everywhere we do social media at Cheap Pop Productions. Check out our wrestling podcast, the Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast. A little more shenanigans on there.
A little more.
A lot more. A little shorter podcast. We just talk about wrestling.
We get toasted, bitch about wrestling. It's a spiritual awakening.
He finally decided to put SmackDown on fucking USA. Why didn't y'all do that like last year? You had us fucking watching Bengal games on fucking Fox.
Anyways, Dakota, take us away.
For week 0, we won't get too wild heading home. For everybody, just remember, 80% of gamblers quit before you hit it big. You're only six roulette spins away from being Elon Musk. For our video listeners,
I just want somebody to jiggle my balls.
What's up, you fucking tomato cucumber eating mother?